I left off, when I was talking about the clown relationship, part 4. Was we were at my friend's barbecue, and this fool offered his EBT card as, you know, a blessing to them to buy some more meat if needed. And he pretty much presented it like he had a black Amex card or something. I don't know, but I tried my best to change the subject. So as the event went along, needless to say, he was getting drunk. And at this point, I had to go to my car and just sit in my car and just take a breather away from everybody, because it was like an embarrassment. So, and I wouldn't say I'm easily to be embarrassed, but this was, especially with your first time meeting my friends. So my bestie, they were all out talking on the porch, on the steps, and I can see that he is talking loud. Well, I can hear that he's talking loud, but I can see that he is like hunched over, and every time he says something, he's tapping on my friend's midsection. And I'm like, what is he saying? What is he doing? And every time you turn around, he's like, you know, touching her right here, and, you know, saying stuff, and, you know, doing like that. You know how people always got to touch you when they talk, and instead of just touching here or grabbing a hand or something like that, he's tapping on her midsection. So I'm like, nah, it's time to go. It is time to go. So I went then and I made a scene. Like, you are ridiculous. Go get in the car. Let's go. I'll talk to y'all later. I've had enough. I can't do anymore. I just can't. So that was a silent ride home, surprisingly. Well, to my house. A silent ride back to my house. And yeah, so that one was done. Then this was going on week 3, because all of this mess happened within the 2 weeks. So going on week 3, I look up, and he had asked me, could he ride to the gas station down the street from where I lived. It was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 blocks away from the house. And I was like, yeah, fine, whatever. So he runs to the gas station, and I look up, 30 minutes has passed, and now it's an hour has passed. So I call, like, dude, where's my car? What are you doing? Oh, I ran into somebody I know. What is the likelihood of you running into somebody that you know, and you're in a state that you haven't been in? I understand it's very possible, but I wasn't feeling that excuse at all. I said, bring me my car. Because at this point, I'm thinking to myself, you done did something to my vehicle. And now you're trying to find a way to hide it or something along those lines. Or when I tell you another hour or 2 had passed by, and he wasn't answering the phone and stuff like that, it got to a point where I was getting ready to call the police and, you know, report this whole incident. And when I started saying that, excuse me, when I started saying that, that's when he surfaced. So this was like a total 3-hour span of calling and tripping. And in a minute, I was going to, find my way walking there. But I was going to be upset if I walked there and he wasn't there. And then what am I going to do, So, because I might be wrong with the 6 block thing. I think it was probably about 6 blocks or so. But anyway, he comes back in and he's drunk. So I'm like, you done took your ass to that gas station and sat up there and drank, and now you come back here lit. So at this point I was like, I'm done. And I said, okay, it's time that you need to go to your friend. Oh, and let me also back up and say, I realized, like, I had these 3 pop bottle containers. I had a 1-liter container that I was putting nickels in. I had a 2-liter container that I was putting dimes in. It was about a quarter full, and the 1 liter was probably more than half full. And then I had another smaller pop container that I was putting pennies in. Why was all 3 of my containers empty? Empty! And I had to confront him about that. Like, where's my money? You stole change from me? You stole my change. Now, he did have a little job at this little restaurant that wasn't too far from the house. And it paid weekly. And like I said, this whole thing only lasted 3 weeks. And I promise you, with that first check, he probably gave me about $30, $40, and sent the rest to out of state to his baby mama. So, you're supposed to support your kids, you're supposed to take care of your kids, but you are supposed to pay where you lay your head. So, I packed up his belongings, and I said, I'm getting ready to drop you off at your friend's house. And I had come to find out that it was a friend that both of us knew in childhood. And I said, call her up, tell her I'm dropping you off. She's going to have to help you from here on out. And I'm not even sure if I can say, I don't care. I started putting the stuff in the car. I don't care. Get in the car. Let's go. Let's go. So I took him there. He was begging the whole entire time. Oh my God, please, please, please. I just, I'm gonna get it together, and don't do this, and I don't have anything to say. So pull up to the house. I was like, hey, because she was standing outside. I don't know if she knew if he was coming or not. I started taking the stuff out of my trunk, and I said, get out of my car, get out of my car, get out of my car, get out of my car. And he was just, oh my goodness, then tried to hurry up and run around the front of the car to prevent me from going, and was standing here by my window, because I had a Malibu at the time, standing here at my window. And I looked over, I said, you better move your toes or else I'm gonna run over your feet. Then you're gonna have another problem on your hands. So back up away from my door. Come on. I started moving on up, and then I sped off. And still to this day, because it's been some years now, he keeps trying to reach out to me through social media, and I keep blocking him. But he keeps creating these new accounts, and he's not creating new accounts because of me. He's creating new accounts because he doesn't keep up with it, because he's a buffoon. So from what I know and from what I saw, as soon as because he didn't stay at the friend's house long here, she must have shipped his ass off too. So as soon as he got shipped back to